The news.
And our late movie tonight at 5 to 11 is the award-winning suspense thriller Misery. While now on RTE1, it's time to join Michael Murphy for Saturday evening's 9 o'clock news.
A car bomb in Belfast injures 3. Loyalists are believed to be responsible. Bill Clinton and Tony Blair call on all parties in the north to renew their efforts for peace. And 6 Irish soldiers are injured after an Israeli landmine explodes in Lebanon. Good evening. Loyalist paramilitaries are now being blamed for this evening's car bomb blast in Belfast, in which 3 men were injured. It's thought the target of the attack may have been a member of the IRSP, reportedly travelling in the car. The Taoiseach, Mr Bruton, has condemned this latest violent incident. He described it as pure evil.
The explosion happened in a car travelling along Claremont Street in the university area, close to Belfast city centre. It's thought the 2 men in the car had just driven away from a flat nearby when a device, possibly planted underneath their vehicle, exploded.
There was a car, it was surrounded by army personnel with their guns trained on the car. I then turned up the street opposite, and I was stopped by the police, and then we had to abandon the car. It shortly then after that exploded.
Immediately after the explosion happened, the 2 men who'd been travelling in the brown Ford Escort jumped from the car. The vehicle travelled a short distance on down the street before bursting into flames and crashing into the side wall of a corner shop. The 2 men in the car and a 3rd man walking nearby, but unconnected to the incident, all suffered slight injuries and were treated in hospital nearby. The speculation is that loyalist paramilitaries were behind this bomb attack. Their target is believed to have been a member of the Irish Republican Socialist Party, one of the men in the car. The IRSP in Belfast claimed this evening that several members of their party were recently warned by the RUC that they were on a loyalist hit list and that attacks against them could be imminent.
People are disgusted, people are angry, people are frustrated. And certainly those who are in the paramilitary organisations are cranking up the tension and squaring up to do damage in the next few weeks.
President Bill Clinton and British Prime Minister Tony Blair have also condemned today's bomb attack in Belfast and called on all parties in Northern Ireland to renew their efforts for peace. After a bilateral meeting at the Denver summit of the 8, President Clinton said Sinn Féin have to make a decision on whether they are in the peace process or not. Mr Blair said Sinn Féin have to understand that if they want to be part of the process, they have to engage in purely democratic means.
Tony Blair arrived at the Denver Public Library this morning determined to inject life into the peace process. But just before his face-to-face meeting with President Clinton began, news came through of another act of violence in Northern Ireland. The meeting went ahead on the fringes of the summit of the 8, and Tony Blair gave President Clinton a detailed account of his government's contacts with Sinn Féin, revealing that days before the Lurgan killings, the British had offered Sinn Féin quick entry at the talks in the event of a convincing IRA ceasefire. When the 2 leaders emerged to make a statement, there was anger in the air.
I was appalled at the murders of the 2 officers just a few days ago. I deplore this act today, but I frankly think now the ball is in Sinn Féin's court. I mean, we all have to decide now. Everybody has decisions to make in life, and you know, their decision is, are they going to be part of this peace process or not? And so I hope the answer will be yes.
What is essential is for Sinn Féin and everyone else to realise that if they want to be part of that process, they have got to engage in purely democratic means. Now, that has been clear all the way through, it is clear now, and it is not right to make the people of Northern Ireland wait any longer for the lasting political settlement they want to achieve.
The 2 leaders are due to have another face-to-face meeting later tonight, but are not expected to make further comment until tomorrow. The script at today's meetings in Denver may have changed slightly because of the bomb attack in Belfast, but the overall message remains the same, with pressure on Sinn Féin being stepped up on both sides of the Atlantic. And something else emerged here today, that the American and British governments are more united than at any time during the peace process, thanks in no small measure to the personal chemistry between Tony Blair and Bill Clinton.
Saturday evening masses at Harryville are to be suspended until further notice. A loyalist protest outside the church in Ballymena has been ongoing for 10 months. Making the announcement this evening, the clergy in the parish said they were making the move because of the likelihood of